I'm gonna go there right after this and do it, and then I'm gonna work some tomorrow. Dana can't work tomorrow because they're getting Daryl in for an MRI. So, right. So I'll do what I can. I have to go do other things tomorrow, but I'll probably be there in the morning. So I'm available. Yes. It's actually more to do us more. Just have an awful anything. You know, you make copies. Since you place.
Just being the other day at the board that they broke, but it seemed like every time you spoke, it rained. When you did speak, it stopped raining.
Your trouble.
Hello. Yeah, well, that's why I didn't speak too much. Just,
Yeah, you got through it this time.
I believe so, so they were, yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah. Both comments. Yeah, I might want to make some comments. You all got it going.
We're gonna have to limit your time.
3 seconds.
Yeah. Let them say something when you say time.
Yep.
Morning, how are you?
right.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be fine.
Yes.
That should cover it.
Yeah. Pretty exciting, huh? Now you're gonna have him run a lot. Can you handle it?
Do what? Zoom? No, no, I told him, we didn't need him to come in for the Saber stuff. We could do it.
Yeah, no, they're usually really quick with me. I have some reason with the oil.
Good morning, how you doing, Harry? You doing all right?
Yeah.
About the internet being down for like 2 o'clock p.m.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I got that.
Last day.
Yes, yeah, I got that all set up because we had to submit, you know, the time sheets on Monday, so, yeah, it was good. All right.
I think the problem is, companies on this, they're right at the edge of growing bigger, but when trying to do it, so even that. You're a master illustration. You say, you say that, he's, yes, he's a master electrician. Dave works for him, he used to work for Holger. Yeah, I know Dave well, he's worked at my house, at our house, many times as a memorial. Yeah, well, that's why I want to keep going there, because he's like, you know, this. I work with now.
I try to not be too. Because, yes, because I said it's sad, to do this and something else. Try to slow it down.
Probably things and stuff.
But thank you.
Okay,
And thank you, spelled out, thank you.
I'm only here for hair, yes.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
This I look at this one.
That's the same thing.
Right.
There's rules and procedures.
Oh, that was good.
During.
So I saw how recipes.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, I'm gonna be able to separate.
I'm here.
For the army celebration.
Thank you, sir. Good.
Well, they say
It's a process. It's a process.
you gotta be very patient.
Yeah, I was done.
We got new pins. We did.
How are you?
Really good.
This thing, she clear. One. I'm gonna put that, equinox in the lead. The what? I'm gonna put that equinox in the lead. You ain't going over there. No, I wouldn't have said it was even, so I'm gonna probably.
I already nailed yours. And.
I don't forget the phone.
Yes, and she sent it. Yeah, so she sent it Friday, but I had a lot of things going on. I'm gonna write her today, so I'm gonna send a check.
Because I was.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing? Good.
I always have a problem.
We had a little bit of that.
Yeah.
How you doing? Yeah.
Are you?
Okay, okay, but that's the only change, right? Everything else the same, so.
I just want to, you know. Did it rain over here last night?
Having puddles, that's the only way to know. Open the gate. Rotate the callus.
Was it playing on the road?
I think that's something I had it all fertilized.
I had no idea.
Morning, sir. I'm doing well. How about you?
That's all. Open the gate. Really.
Where? Oh, that's, but you're in Wood County, right? You're in Wood County? Ben Wheeler, okay.
Well, that's just someone to be right by there.
So I've got-
They'll move somebody up.
I have plenty.
They increase your pay.
I've got thanks, appreciate it.
Just a nightmare.
Or Chris.
How you doing? All right? Oh, did it? Yeah, even though. All right, Chris.
Yeah.
Back, oh. I thought that was your first payday. Why did you have your?
All right, it's 9 o'clock. Would you please rise? I've asked Commissioner Bobby Phillips to open us in prayer.
You'll all bow with me, please. Our gracious Heavenly Father, I come to you today just to thank you for the opportunity that you give us each and every day to walk the beautiful world that you have created for us, Lord. Lord, I just ask at this time that you be with each one of us as we make decisions for our county that we love so much, Lord. Lord, just be with each and every one of us as we do our daily duties for the county and continue to try to do our best, Lord. Lord, I just ask that you forgive us where we fail thee and just be with us as we go through the world. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right, pledge to the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. To the Texas flag. I, the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. You may be seated. I will call this meeting to order and announce we do have a quorum. All the commissioners and myself are present. General announcements. We have a very special award today. Mr. Harry Fontenot, who retired the end of May and has served more here. "15 years as a veteran service officer, and he has done an incredible job and has developed quite a reputation for helping out the veterans in our county. And he left a high standard for Tommy, our new veteran service officer, to perform. So anyway, you got pictures? We're ready.
Okay.
Okay. You want me to get over? That's cruel.
When they're in the center.
They want me to take them photos.
John, you should look around here for instance. One more. Let's do one. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And there's a reception plan for him downstairs, after the commissioner court meeting, but those of you that don't want to sit through the commissioner court meeting, you have a head start, should you like. All right, there is also like to make an announcement about the town hall meetings that have been scheduled for June. And the first one will be on June, is it 12th? Thursday the 12th in Witten. It'll be precinct 2. And I don't have a list of all the others, but it is posted. So I just want to make you aware of that. Town hall meetings will be covering the fiscal 25 budget, where our money comes from and where our money goes to, and I think it'll be very enlightening for many people. So, all right, are there any other general announcements? If not, we'll move on to public comments, and I have one public comment from Brent or Mickey Moody.
Yes.
And do you want to make that now, or do you want to do it during the items 10 and 11?
I can do it now.
Okay, all right.
So,
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to thank everyone on the commissioner report and the judge for allowing me to speak this morning. I live at 5880 County Road 4518, Peru, Texas. And I kind of like being involved in so forth and different things. And, I've lived my whole life more or less as a vehicles mechanic, technician or what. And one particular item, number, well, it's 11 and 10. And it's by entering into a contract. And, I think the citizens should all work hard for their money. And that if it be possible to put what the cost of this piece of equipment was 280,000 or what. And also I talked to a gentleman this morning from Heavy Equipment Inspection. And the phone number came from New Jersey. But he said that they have like 800 so certified inspection stations throughout the, the country, several in Dallas. And it's basically like when I was doing vehicle work, if somebody want to go ahead and bring a vehicle to me, inspect it, say this is wrong, this can give you, problems later on. Is that a certified inspector coming and, it's a 100-point inspection to where you get photos, you get video, you get a written report about that, piece of equipment. Does they have a leak and seal on one particular hydraulic cylinder? Or is the motor all showing, all of it or what? But I think it's something that can be considered when buying expensive piece of equipment like that. Maybe set up a limit on how much. It's $650 flat rate. But it's a thing where I think it would benefit the county to make sure that they get a good piece of equipment. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we'll address more about that when we get down to those items. All right, item number 4, consent agenda. The consent agenda are items considered routine by the Commissioners Court will be enacted by one motion. There's no separate discussion on these items unless the county judge or commissioner requests the item be removed for consideration separately. Are there any items that need to be removed? If not, is there a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign, motion passes. Item number 5, discuss and consider the annual license renewal with Santos Luna DBA Santos Towing LLC of 2924 Thistlewood Drive, Seagoville, Texas, to operate an automotive wrecking and salvage yard located at 30782 State Highway 64, Wills Point, Van Zandt County, Texas.
Yes, Judge, this is one of mine. It came to my attention sometime back that they were applying for the renewal of their annual license. And there was some problems with the place that they weren't keeping it up to the regs of our county. So I requested the fire marshal to go do the inspecting on it, and he did. And he has come back to me and said that it wasn't completed, but they had made a really lot of progress and that they would continue to do it. And he recommended that we go ahead and give them their license. And with him saying that, being said, I make a motion that we go ahead and grant them the license.
All right, motion been made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any further discussion?
Is it your understanding that the fire marshal's going to continue his work related to seeing it through that they comply with the regulations?
Yes, sir. I told him that if we did this, that I needed him to continually check on them and make sure that they are continuing to get it. I don't think they like very much. It's just very little that they like meeting the requirements.
And so they're prohibited from operating until they have their license. And so that's what his point is that the major things have been completed and they just have a few small minor items.
Right.
Understood. Thank you.
And they have demonstrated a very willingness to take care of these things and.
Yeah, they're one of few that has come and asked for license to start with, I think. It's in the county.
All right, motion been made and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign, motion passes. Item number 6, discuss and approve FEMA claims receipts for category B claims, which is cut and toss. There's three different categories of claims that we are working on, and we completed category A or C, I'm sorry, which is called cut and toss. This was the labor that we expended in order to cut the trees up that had fallen down back in May and June of last year, and cut the trees off and throw them off the side of the road. It wasn't the debris pickup. This was just it. And we made claim a total of and have received a total of $40,377.83 for those claims. And we need to approve that, to accept that money by the Commissioners Court. So is there a motion to approve the claim receipts?
I'm with the motion.
Okay, motion is made. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Is there any further discussion?
Is that the money that's paid for, is that a reimbursement more or less for the hands that went out and did that work?
The labor, correct.
The labor portion?
Yes,
And that represents all 4 precincts?
that is correct. Yes. So,
Thank you, sir.
you bet.
Can I ask something on that?
You may.
I'm a money guy.
Mhm.
Is that divided according to how much we had per
Well,
precinct, or does that go into the?
Yeah, it's divided out, and it will eventually get allocated back to your salaries, I believe, your personnel budget. 14,844 for precinct 1, 11,893 for precinct 2, $6,108 for precinct 3, and 7,530 for precinct 4. That's the order. That was the claims. That and that involved an incredible amount of, well, all of these are involved incredible amount of work that our emergency management coordinator Vicki McAllister has been handling and getting that done. So, all right. So, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Item number 7, discuss and approve the final payment of invoices for Sabre Industries for the radio tower construction. There are 5 invoices in the packet, $10,000 each. This was the amount we withheld from the invoices and until the work got completed. We have 5 towers that 4 that they actually built, and 1 that we are leasing, and they put in the shelter there. So a total of $50,000 is what these invoices are for. This is already in our encumbered with the PO. I just it's more of a transparency issue to let you know what it is for.
They're
So
still getting paid with ARPA funds.
yes, it's still paid with MARPA funds.
I motion.
All right, the motion been made. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. All those, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Item number 8, discuss and approve moving $50,000 from Sabre Industries encumbered ARPA funds to Trot Communications to cover expenses to be incurred through September 30th, 2025. We were on the Sabre contract. We had issued a PO for $40,000 in which was to be to add additional equipment to the towers to support additional hardware if we decided we wanted to do that. And the Commissioner Court decided last year that they did not want to add that additional hardware. So that PO is still out there, that $40,000 available. Plus, Sabre gave us a credit for the soil work, because the soils didn't require additional work in order to build a tower, that we didn't have to spend all of that. It was roughly $20,000 or $30,000 that was left available. And so that money is available to us. And what I would like to do is move it over to Trot Communications because we are so far, we are more than a year behind in actually getting the system up and running. combination of problems we created and a combination of problems that Harris had. But we're looking at hopefully by the end of this fiscal year to have it up and running. But that will mean that and Trot has been incredible. Barry Black's been incredible working with us and helping us through all this. And so I asked him, and it's in the binder, the summary of what all services it would cover between now and September 30th. And it's roughly $50,000. So I'd like to move that funds from the Sabre Industries PO over to Trot Communications. So that is the workup on this. Is there a motion to do so?
Motion. And that comes from ARPA funds also?
Yes, that is already covered. There's not any new funds that or not any taxpayer money that's coming out to do this. So motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Item number 9, discuss, consider moving the July 2nd Commissioner Court meeting date. Suggested new meeting date is Tuesday, July 1st at 9 a.m.
I put this on there because of the scheduling conflict, so I motion to move it to Tuesday, July 1st.
Okay. Motion been made. Is there any?
I'll second.
Okay. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Item number 10, discuss, consider a resolution regarding the contract for the purpose of financing a 2022 Great All XL 4100V model unit number GE 22021, serial number 414000049, buy board contract number 685-22.
Yes, Judge, this is mine. I put it on there, and to start off with, the 2022 date was a typo, I guess, from the company, Kirby Smith. And I have a corrected paperwork and all here. It's actually a 2023 model. And this is a Great All that was never sold. It actually has 2 hours on it. And I guess you call it an old new inventory. And we get the same 2-year warranty as if it was a 2025 model. And they're even putting new batteries on it and everything for us. So it's a brand new unit. And we're getting a really, really great deal on it. And this is something I have to do.
And explain why you have to get a new one.
Well,
the problem
the old one hasn't been used very much in the past. And when I came in, that was something that was going to be used, because I feel like our ditches need to be cleaned. And I can't keep roads without good ditches to keep the water off the roads. Well, I can't tell you an exact amount, but I'm sure I've spent over $10,000 in 5 months on this old machine. Every time we take it out, it breaks down. I don't think we have got a full day use out of it in 5 months. And now it's there's 2 pumps that actually makes it move, and they're operating at 50%. And they don't make those pumps anymore. They have a conversion kit that you can do, which is an ungodly amount of money, and the reviews on it is approximately about a year's use after spending that money on it. And so I chose, instead of trying to repair this thing and get a year's use out of it, to take that money and put on a new one. And then I come up with this one, talking to Kirby Smith Machinery Incorporated that they had. And it was such a savings that I chose to go that way with it.
And is it correct that the unit you have right now is a 1996 model?
I believe so, yes, sir.
20 years old?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is the price of the one that we've got the one
that we're buying, $528,990, and a new one is a 2025 model. I think they said it was 680. I'm pulling that number off the top of my head. I didn't write it down and I apologize for that.
So you, as just, can I say something?
Yes, sir.
It's,
Sure.
you're crippled without a machine like that as a commissioner, you're crippled when it comes to trees, any kind of debris removal, ditch work. It's almost an imperative that you have something like that.
Yes.
And it's great all can it can run 45, 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of moving parts on a great all. So they wear out.
Yeah.
And they're complicated. They're very complicated to work on. So a man told me one time when we were talking about that, he said, if you're gonna buy a piece of equipment like that, you probably need to buy something that you can work with instead of work on.
Right.
Also,
And I think it's gonna be a very, very big asset to us, like you said. Cause that piece of equipment used for replacing culverts, ditches,
Everything.
trees.
Mhm.
I mean, it's used for everything. And I have already probably in 5 months replaced 10 or 12 culverts. And it hasn't been easy. I've had to rent a little excavator to do it. You know, and that's spending money that I don't like spending. I don't like renting stuff, because I think that's money thrown away. So I guess what I'm saying is,
And talk about how it's gonna be financed.
okay, it's gonna be financed through, governmental capital. And we're putting some down on it. Tanya can help me on that too. Yeah, she's worked with me on making sure all of the paperwork's legal and the wording's right and all of that. So
So today's agenda item is just for a resolution, from the Commissioners Court. And that resolution would authorize GE Capital to go ahead and prepare the contract. We did do some tweaking to the contract numbers, from what Commissioner Phillips had originally proposed to make sure that our contract complied with the law. But GE Capital now knows how we want the contract written. They just need the resolution from y'all for them to go ahead and write it. Then after the contract is prepared, we'll have the actual contract for review, and the court would need to vote to authorize the county judge to sign the contract at that time. And it'll have all the financing details in it. Right now, the options are for a small down payment and then an annual payment for 5 years, or an annual payment for 6 years. I think Commissioner Phillips is going to elect 6 years, of course, with the option to pay off early, but that way he's not locked in. And if that allows him to go ahead and take delivery of the equipment right away.
So our resolution today on this matter would be for government capital to draft this contract, which we'd have the opportunity to review.
Yes,
And determine whether or not there are penalties for early payoff or any of the rest of that business.
yes, sir. And there should be a copy of the resolution in your binder. It has 5 or 6 points, but there should be a copy there.
Do we need to read that resolution this morning, or can we vote on the resolution without having it read into the court records?
You can vote without having it read into the court record, as long as you're familiar with it. And then it becomes public record after the judge signs it based on the vote.
And Bobby, what do you anticipate the life of this piece of machinery to be once you have purchased it?
well, the last one lasted close to 20 years, and I'm hoping that or more. And I feel like it can last longer if it's maintained, in which I'm a big maintaining person. I believe in upkeep, maintenance. I believe in all that.
You maintain it, it lasts longer than that. You gotta maintain it.
That's right.
I got a front end loader, it's 40 years old, still rolling.
I've got some tractors that are 40 years old at my house, and I'll still put them out there every day and work. But that's because I've maintained them and kept the maintenance up on them, So, and I know I'm not a professional mechanic, but I have mechanic all my life on this kind of stuff. And so I can be aware of what's going on with it. And also too, the operator makes a big difference on that. And I have an operator that is top of the line. with a, yeah.
All right, let me read the resolution. It's in the bottom. Van Zandt County, the issuer desires to enter into a certain financial contract by and between the issuer and Government Capital Corporation, GCC, for the purpose of financing a grade all, sub A, grade all. The issuer desires to designate this finance contract as a qualified tax exempt obligation of the issuer for purposes of section 265B, subsection B, subsection 3 of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 as amended. It now therefore be it resolved by Van Zandt County, section 1, the issuer will enter into a finance contract with GCC for the purpose of financing a grade all. Section 2, that finance contract by and between Van Zandt County and GCC is designated by the issuer as a qualified tax exempt obligation for the purposes of section 265, subsection B, subsection 3 in the Internal Revenue Service Code 1986 as amended. Section 3, there's only one more after this. That the issuer appoints the county judge or the county judge's designee as the authorized signer of the finance contract by and between Van Zandt County and GCC, as well as any other ancillary exhibit, certificate, or documentation needed for the contract. And section 4, this should the need arise, if applicable, Van Zandt County will use loan proceeds for reimbursement of the expenditures related to the property with the meaning of Treasury Regulation section 1.1502 as promulgated under the Internal Revenue Service Code of 1986 as amended. And then this resolution has been passed with a motion made. So that is what the resolution states. So is there a motion to approve this resolution for the grade all XL?
Bobby motioned.
Oh, he did. Okay. Is there a second?
Yeah, I would second passage of a resolution for government, for you to execute government capital draft.
All right. Motion is made. Second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. And item number 11, discuss and consider a down payment regarding the 2022 Great All XL 4100V model unit GE 22021, serial number 414-0000049, by board contract number 685-22.
Yes, Judge, this is mine again. Conda, would you mind speaking up on that too? Conda?
Yes, sir.
On this one, here's about the down payment.
Yes, sir.
And I have money in to purchase equipment. And I've chosen time to give me kind of an idea of how much. So I chose to go with 25,000 down. And then the payments will start like in what, December?
December, yes. So originally the GE Capital and Kirby Smith proposed that, the first payment not be due till December and that there'd be an annual payment due every December. Which was great, except for the fact that we would be entering into a contract that had no effect on this budget. It would only affect next year's budget and following years before this budget year actually started. That's not a wise thing to do. So I talked to Bobby and I talked to GE Capital. We had them tweak it where Bobby's gonna make a small down payment in this budget year so that the contract actually starts in the budget year that we're in. And then the remaining annual payments will be made that.
Okay.
So I guess if, can I make that motion to pass that or to do that? So I make a motion that we accept these terms on this.
Okay, you need to specify $25,000 down payment.
25,000 down payment.
Okay.
And this is just as a point of clarification, we know that in the agenda it says 2022, but this is the 2023.
Yes,
unit.
and I have the corrected.
Right. I just wanted to say that for the
Yes,
record.
yes, I have it.
And I would second that motion.
All right, motion been made second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Item number 12, discuss and consider renewal of the bond of Chief Deputy Treasurer Irma Hayes for the $5,000 for the term beginning June 19th, 2025 and ending June 19th, 2026. Is there a motion?
I'd motion to renew that.
Second.
Motion been made and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Item number 13, discuss and consider renewal of the bond of Deputy Treasurer April Tawater for $5,000 for the term beginning June 8th, 2025 and ending June 8th, 2026. Is there a motion?
I'd make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Item number 14, discuss and consider a replat of White Pines Estates located on private road 5808 in precinct 1.
Yeah, it's basically doing away with one of the lots that was less desirable to build on, and that lot being absorbed into the two lots that are adjoining it, so it increases the size of the two lots to the south of it, basically just doing away with one lot. But I can't make a motion on it because I'm part of that subdivision.
Just say for transparency purposes, whose is it? Whose subdivision is it?
But I'm part of it. It's a
Is
development.
it developer, are you asking, or
It's a development company called UJR Developments.
Okay, so is there a motion to approve the replat of White Pines Estates located on private road 5808 precinct 1?
I'll motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
I think this just helps us. I mean, this is what we want to do. We want to encourage this, and I think it's admirable for Mitch to mention that he's part of that subdivision, and so and his abstention from this.
Okay. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion passes.
Tell me you abstain. Yeah, he abstains.
No, Commissioner Burgess.
Yes, Commissioner
Thank you.
Curtis.
abstains from the vote. So item number 15, discuss and consider approval of county bills for payment as submitted. Is there a motion to approve the county bills as submitted?
Motion to approve county bills as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Item number 16, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay. Motion is made by Commissioner Barton and seconded by everybody else. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. We are adjourned at 9:32.
I'm on the road.
Don't forget the retirement party for Harry Fontenot downstairs on the first floor.
You're outside making pictures in front.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have fought on some.
Good to see you, Mr. Encore.
You're ill.
I just dropped in to check in on you guys.
Hey, man.
How y'all doing?
Well,
Good.
I worked my way back in and also getting home. I have to go home.
okay.
But you guys want to post session?
No.
Well, I was just checking to see if you needed any numbers updates. I need more good. Good to see you for it. Get post now.
Well, I think Brandon is interested in sitting down with you, and
Okay.
he'll give you a little update on where all the projects are
Yeah.
and what we're thinking about for the future.
Okay, House Bill 18, looks like the legislature kicked it around a long time. Now they're not gonna do anything, it looks like. Then people are the same way it's always been.
Yeah.
Did you guys kind of hear, they were talking about making COs
Yes.
and also that, and then you don't know if this is going to disappear, what they call election, they always can't do it for
5 years. Mhm.
Right.
Well, it looks like they're about to adjourn.
Without passing that.
And we might be left alone, yeah, we might be able, our industry was.
They haven't.
I think legislature, I was like, thinking about it. And there's a lot of consternation, because in a lot of cities, since they quick road deals, similar improvement. You know, they just do it
the CEO, I just got from Mongolia, conference call, they're doing a fire station. They don't want to ask to go to the end, just that little. But yes, it looks like they believe it the way it was.
Okay.
After a lot of skirmish dragging.
Yeah.
You're waiting for it.
You can go to the commissioner's
Yeah.
office across the hall. He'll be over there.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. Thank you. Yes, sir.